Well, hello there, my friends. This was being specifically videotaped for my special private group. It's called God's Love and Power Elite Group, and I was having a lot of technical problems with Facebook. So I said I will just videotape it and then I'll record it. I'll post it on that special group. Now you can become a part of our Just God Academy Elite Group by becoming an elite student. And that's on my website at www.dorothywellingtonministries.com. And I am Dr. Dorothy Wellington, who is a teacher and an inspirational teacher. Today is a Friday, and I know this is going to be up for a long time, but at any point, whether it's Friday or you're just having a bad Tuesday or Wednesday, you can look at this video because I'm going to be reading and talking to you about this book, The Little Engine That Could. And I say sometimes with the coronavirus, we feel like we're in a war zone, but we're not. But sometimes it feels that way. And I'm always teaching and speaking that you are to live. It's God's will for you to live in peace, love, and joy every day, no matter your circumstances. So it is my prayer that God will bless you as I read from a childhood story. And after it won't be interactive at this time, but you can always send me comments and tell me what some of the things that you pulled out of the story. Where did you see God? Where did you see God in this story? When did God come? When was people and friends treating you with ugly words and exalted themselves up? You'll see some of the engines said, I do this, and you think I'm going to do it for the likes of you. So as you give me comments, and that's one way I can get some feedback on how you interpreted this little story. This is the original version of it, and so some other edition you may have get might be a little bit different, but this is the original and what it looks like, okay? And it says here, opening up the little train now. It says, chug, 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 puff, 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 ding dong, ding dong. The little train rumbled across the tracks. She was a happy little train. And I can tell you one thing that I describe the people in this little train. It could be happy times with you before something ugly comes along and makes you scared and frightened or inability to cover your expenses. Think of the beginning of this train as happy times. It's happy times, smooth times, smooth times. The little engine had a happy load to carry. Her cars were filled full of good things for boys and girls. There were toy animals, giraffes with long necks, teddy bears with almost no necks at all, and even a baby elephant was all in this little train. Then there were dolls with blue eyes and yellow curls, dolls with, get your page here, dolls with brown eyes and brown bopped heads. See, there were dolls in that train too. Remember, these are good things that's going on. And guess what else you see? A clown. And the funniest little toy clown you ever did see. And there were cars full of toys and engines and airplanes and tops, jackknives, picture puzzles, books, and every kind of thing of boys and girls would want to play with. And one thing interesting about all these toys, it says there was a jackknife there, and guess what? Jackknife was in the old days. We don't give kids jackknives to play with. But I was raised up in the country, and when my three brothers got of age, they all got a knife. So I kind of knew and understood, but just to tell you, don't give kids jackknives today. All right, let's see what else is in the train. But that was not all. Some of the cars were filled with all sorts of good things for boys and girls to eat. Big golden oranges, red cheeked apples, bottles of creamy milk for their breakfast. We see you've got good food in there too. There was fresh spinach for their dinner, peppermint drops, and lollipops for after meal treats. More good stuff was in this little train. And that little train, people were really happy going along. The little train was carrying all these wonderful things to the good little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain. They had a mission. They had a purpose. It was to get these things to the other little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain. Well, the train puffed along happy, merrily. Then all of a sudden, she stopped with a jerk. She simply could not go not another inch. She tried and she tried, but her wheels just would not turn, just would not turn. What were all these good little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain going to do without the wonderful toys to play with and the good things to eat? If the little train didn't make it over there, what was going to happen to all the little boys and girls, the people on the other side? What's going to happen with an opposition that you're going into? What's going to happen if you do not make it through those difficulties? Think of how many people will be the lost joy and happiness and healing if you don't recover and make it to the other side. Well, they're stopping now, but here comes a shiny new engine. She said the funny little clown who jumped out of the train, let us ask him to help us. So all the dolls and all the toys cried out together. Please, shiny new engine, won't you please pull our train over the mountain? Our engine has broken down, and all the boys and the girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with or good foods to eat. And this is the very prosperous looking train coming. They just know this was going to help. Said, won't you please help us? Because we got a mission we're trying to do. We're trying to get to the other side to help some more little boys and little girls. But guess what? This shiny engine said. The shiny engine, very capable looking engine, snorted at him and said, I pull you? I pull you? I'm a passenger engine. I have just carried a fine big train over the mountain with more cars than you could ever dream of. My train has sleeping cars with comfortable berths, a dining car where waiters would bring whatever the hungry people wanted to eat, and parlor cars in which the people sat in soft armchairs and looked out for big plate glass windows. I pull the likes of you. And you want me, as fine as I am, to pull the likes of you? I say not. That was the decision of the big red polished engine. And off he steamed into the roundhouse where engines live when they are not busy. So he left him. He left him stranded. How sad the little train and all the dolls and the toys felt. Then the little clown called out, here comes a passenger engine. Surely this one is going to help us. Here comes a passenger engine. The passenger engine is not the only one in the world. Here's another engine coming, a great big strong one. Let us ask him to help us. The little toy clown waved his flag, and the big, strong engine, it did come to a stop. It did stop when he seen the people, the toys, they're waving, telling him to stop. They needed help. But guess what happened? Please, oh please, big engine, cried all the dolls and the toys together. Won't you please pull over your train and help pull our train over the mountain? Our engine has broken down, and good little boys and girls, you can see the clown and the bear talking to the big strong looking engine. You know, we got to get to the other side. We got to help these other boys and girls with toys and with good food to eat. And they won't get it unless you can help us. Unless you can help us. But the big strong engine bellowed. I'm a freight engine. I'm a freight engine. I have just pulled a big train loaded with big machines over the mountain. And these machines print books and newspapers for grown-ups to read. I'm a very important engine indeed. I won't pull the likes of you. I got big people to talk to. I got five-star generals to deal with. But the likes of you? And the freight engine puffed off and left and stranded all the animals once again, all the toys once again. The little train and all the dolls, they were very sad, very sad. Cheer up, cried the little toy clown always remind me of God sending a little angel on the way. Cheer up, it's going to be okay. Cheer up. The freight engine is not the only one in the world that can help us. That was some faith. That little clown had some faith. He said, that's not the only engine. Well, here comes another one. So you can see him, the clown with his flag telling him here, stop, stop, stop and help us. But he was out there again. Here comes another. He looks very old and tired, but our train is so little, he can probably help us. So the little toy clown waved his flag, and the dingy, old, rusty looking engine, it did come to a stop. It did come to a stop. Please, kind engine, cried all the dolls and the toys together. Won't you please pull our train over the mountain? Our engine has broken down, and the boys and girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us. But the rusty old engine sighed. I am so tired. Just look at this pitiful looking train. He said, I am so tired. And my wheels are weary and I need to rest. I cannot pull even the train so little as you over on the other side of the mountain. He said, I cannot, I cannot. So you think that was the end of the story? Wasn't the end of the story. Wasn't the end for this little train. And off he rumbled to the roundhouse, chuckling, I cannot, I cannot, I cannot. Then indeed the little train was very, very sad, and the dolls and toys, they were ready to cry. But the little clown called out, guess what? Here comes another engine. Another engine is coming. A little blue engine is coming down the track. A little blue engine. Here comes a rescue. Kind of remind me of God when we least expect. In our darkest hour, here comes God. Here comes this little blue engine. Says here's another engine coming, a little blue engine, a very little one. Maybe she will help us. Maybe she will help us. The very little engine came, chuck, chuck, chucking along, merrily along. When she saw the toy clown's flag, she stopped quickly. What's the matter, my friends? See, immediately she didn't see them as strangers. Isn't like God? What's wrong with you today? Why are you so sad? But this little engine said, what's the matter, my friends? What's the matter? She asked kindly. Oh, little blue engine, cried the dolls and the toys. Will you pull us over the mountain? Our engine has broken down, and good little boys and girls are on the other side, won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us. So they're crying out, please, 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 little blue engine, please help us. Please help us. And what was their motive? So we can help the children from the other side. Please, please help us, little blue engine. I'm not very big, said the little blue engine. I'm really not that big. They use my engine only for switching trains in the yard. I have never been on the other side. See, there's some people, I've never helped you before, but love and compassion of God will cause them to reach out to you. This little engine said, I'm so tight and I've never been over to the other side. My job has always been something different. But they said, but we must get over the mountain before the children awake and all the dolls, and said all the dolls and the toys. And you can see here now it's nighttime. And they're saying, but we got to be there before the kids wake up. We got to be there before they wake up. The very little engine looked up and saw the tears in the doll's eyes. And she thought of the good little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain who would not have enough toys or good food to eat if this little train didn't get over to the other side. Then the little engine said, I think I can. And you all remember that in the story where the engine, I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. And she hitched herself up to the little train. She hitched herself up to the little train, and she tugged and tugged, and slowly, slowly, slowly. See, she's going up that steep mountain. Very, very slow, but slowly. She tucked, 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 and away. Way she started off. The toy clown jumped aboard, and all the dolls and the toy animals began to smile and cheer. Puff, puff, chuck, chuck went the little blue engine, and she kept on saying, going up there, I think I can. The most faithful of all the engines that were big enough, strong enough, or powerful enough to pull the little engine with all the toys and the dolls and all the good food for little kids to eat on the other side. It was this little engine with a different attitude. And she kept saying, I think I can. 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 Up, up, faster and faster and faster the little engine climbed until at last they reached the top of the mountain. Down in the valley where lay the city. And you can see what efforts it took for them to climb that mountain piece by piece, inch by inch. I think I can. I think I can. And then they made it. And then they were saying, hooray, hooray, we made it, we made it. Hey, now it's downhill now. We got this now. We got this. Kind of like when God gives you a Bible verse to look at and you can say, I got this now. I got this now. God revealed that to me. Well, the little clown and all the dolls and the toys, the good little boys and girls in the city will be happy because you have helped us, kind, kind little blue engine. And the little blue engine smiled and seemed to say as she puffed steadily down the mountain all the way to the other side. And the little blue engine, guess what she said? Another word you guys are probably all familiar with. She got over to the other side, got the speed up from being on the downside of that mountain. She says, I thought I could. I thought I could. I thought I could. I thought I could. And I thought I could. I thought I could. And everyone, you can see everyone now is smiling because now they're able to bless their mission that God put in their heart in the very beginning, that God was able to bless them. And so it said, I thought I could. I thought I could. And that was the end of the story. So since I'm not doing this live, it's already recorded. I want you to still communicate with me. Go at the bottom of the video or in the comment section. And I want you to tell me, what did you relate in this story about your own life? And let me know, when do you think God intervened with the train and all the people that were in it? When did God intervene? And what was it like to have all of those other big shiny engines that could have helped but refused to help? See, how did you feel about that in relation to your own life? People will come, people will go, but God is permanent. He'll keep on blessing you, and you'll be like that little engine that could. I started out this day rough. I started out in unbelief. I started out with fear. But all of a sudden, I kept thinking, I think I can. I think I can. And then God will give you a verse that will just be enlightenment. It'll just be inspiration all over you. Where you'll say, I thought I could. I thought I could. I thought I could, and I did. So I said, God bless you. Let me hear from you. Comment. Or you can go on my website at DorothyWellingtonMinistries.com. And you can also send me a message through our contact page there. As I always say, I do the work that I do because I love you. But always remember, God loves you so, so much more. God bless you. Have a fantastic weekend. Amen. And bye-bye.